Hello, listeners. This is Vinod Bidwaik, and you are listening CHRO Mindset Podcast.
Hello, listeners. Welcome back to a brand new season 4 of the CHRO Mindset Podcast. After 3 incredible seasons of insights and inspiration, we are kicking off season 4 with even deeper conversations, sharper perspectives, and practical wisdom that you can take straight to your workplace. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Mr. Vinod Bidwaik. Dr. Vinod Bidwaik is a global HR and management thought leader with 25 plus years of experience across leading Indian and multinational organizations. He currently serves as the Group Director HR at AP Global and Sakal Media Group. Before this, he was CHRO and VP HR at Alfa Laval, India, Middle East and Africa, and Director HR at DSM India. And he has held senior roles at Mahindra & Mahindra, Semperit Group and Sakal Media Group. With deep expertise in HR transformation, organizational design, talent management, employee experience, and leading greenfield projects, Dr. Bidwaik has worked extensively across India, Shanghai, Singapore, and the Netherlands. His mission is to empower people through the right mindset, skill set, and tool set. A prolific author, he has written several books in Marathi and English and is a regular columnist, speaker, and advisor to professional bodies. His work has earned recognition such as Top Agile Leaders, 101 Top HR Minds, and the Asia Pacific HRM Leadership Award. Warm welcome to you, Dr. Bidwaik, onto the CHRO Mindset Podcast.
Thank you, Pulkit. Thank you. And it's my great pleasure to be here.
Awesome. Thank you so much, sir. So before I start, I would want to walk our listeners through the topic that we have set for today, which is behind the modern workplace, the hidden tech architecture. AI, as we all know, is transforming HR tech, but choosing the right tools has never been more confusing. In this episode, we cut through the noise with a practical conversation on how CHROs can avoid buying mistakes, evaluate real employee experience impact, and decide what to automate versus what to keep human. We will also discuss the governance guardrails needed as AI enters hiring and performance, why consumer grade usability now defines great HR tech, and how leaders can future proof decisions when tech evolves faster than the implementation cycles. This is going to be a crisp, insightful guide for HR leaders who want clarity and confidence in a crowded HR tech landscape. So, with that, let me get started with my very first question, Dr. Bidwaik. What's a technology that has surprised you, either by exceeding expectations or completely disappointing you?
Okay. Thank you, Pulkit. I think this is an interesting question because today there is a lot of noise about artificial intelligence and technology. The technology, which in a primitive phase, which actually surprised me, is about Power Apps. Normally, very easy without no codes or very little code. The HR professionals were able to automate their HR processes. And simple thing, I would like to give the example of probation confirmation. In many organizations, there is a clause of 6-month probation, and then there is assessment, and the person is confirmed. We did that using the Power App. We use these Power Apps for reward and recognition platforms and many things. I think that surprised me well. Disappointing thing, what I would like to say is about the overrated bots that time. Nowadays, with the algorithms and AI, it is good. But I remember the bots, what you feed them, sometimes goof off. So I think these are the two angles I would like to mention here.
Okay, interesting choices. Now let's get into our core theme, sir. There are so many tools that have come to the market, right? And there is this concept of signal to noise in engineering and science, especially electronics. So want to take, have your take on, with AI tools multiplying daily, how can HR leaders distinguish real capability from marketing noise?
Yeah. So marketing professionals normally about this AI and technology, whatsoever, they actually sell the magic. You buy them and they try to sell their tools, which actually try to their solution for the customers. What we need to think that instead of buying the tool, what is the outcome? There are many things in the HRIS software, many things around any software or any tools, any system. It is important to understand that what is the value those systems are going to add in the organization, rather than just going towards the trends. Like many organizations, peer group organizations using the similar technology. Why should not we? That's the mindset many professionals have. So instead of thinking that what we are buying for, are we buying the value? Are we buying this solution? And are we actually getting the tools for outcome rather than just getting the tools? There are many tools in many organizations, but the question is, what is the adaptability of those tools? And Pulkit, I would like to tell you one example that in one of the organization, we buy one tool which actually was beautiful, globally acclaimed, very good tool, but adaptability was very used. It was only used for the mandatory things like payroll, attendance, and maybe HRS data, but not exactly for the other tools. So my take on this is that instead of going for the tool, let's go for the outcome, and what is the relevant to our organization, rather than putting this on a fancy slides and showing to the market. So it is very important to understand that what value those tools are adding to the organization rather than going towards the noise and marketing campaigns.
Wonderful explanation, sir. Now, when there is this buying committee within the HR function, a lot of thinking that goes behind in selecting the right HR tech. But please walk us through what are the biggest pitfalls most HR teams fall into when buying new HR tech.
Yeah. So what happens normally, how it happens, so there is a requirement of the business, or sometimes there are two ways. One is the organization or the CHRO or the management may think that we should do this, we should implement, because competition is doing this. The young generation, Z generation is joining the organization, they are tech savvy, so we want to sell our organization, and that's why we should have that tool. So that is one of the reasons. Second is, there is a requirement in the business that, okay, we need to solve particular problem. For example, we want to have a better employee experience. We want to have the user-friendly interface in the performance management system. Somebody may say that, okay, our data analytics very bad, and we need a system so that we also get the right data visuals, and then we can take a better decisions in the future. So the common pitfall while doing this, so there will be the A option, B option. So first thing first is people ignore that, what is my real requirement, and they go by the trends, what is in the market. Like, okay, my competition is bought that. Second is, we buy the features. So most of the time there are multiple features. If you speak about the data take, there are multiple features available, but what are those features actually needed? Are those features are useful for me? So rather than going for the features, so that is another pitfall. And third is, for the sake of automation, digitalization, we invest too much, but then are we ready as an organization? Sometimes the maturity of the organization also is should be taken care of. That, okay, perhaps maybe there are certain areas we need to look, not necessary. So I think there are common three pitfall is about me too, like, okay, the others are doing, that's why I should also do that. This is one of the things. Second is going for the features rather than what is relevant for the organization. And third is the maturity of the HR processes. These three pitfalls are there, I think, and that is very important to understand before going for any tech solutions.
Awesome. A great simplification of how HR teams might mess up when it comes to buying HR tech. Thank you. Now, when we speak of technology and HR, right, sir, or AI and HR, there are basically three branches that come out. One is automation, second is augmentation, and third is keeping it human. So in your experience and perspective, please walk us through how should HR professionals decide which process to automate, which one to augment, and which one to sort of deeply keep human.
Yeah. So I think there are multifaceted dimensions we are dealing with. So HR, human resource, and the name itself is a human resource. But there are, so first thing I think I will say that integration is possible or necessary in the repeated jobs, like what we did in our organization, and I did in my past organizations also, is about transitional and operational HR activities are integrated, automated with the AI or automation tools whatsoever. So like payroll, attendance, their query management. Like recently we actually implemented the algorithm-based chatbot where people can raise their any queries. In fact, what sort of training programs available, what is the policy of the organization, and you will not believe, Bilki, there are almost 75% of the burden of the job actually is done by the that system, that AI. So I think integration is possible where there is a repeated job, there are multiple things involved, and is a monotonous job that where we can integrate with the AI. Augmentation is taking the support from the AI. In like, for example, if we want to interview the candidate, and there is a possibility of biases, so can we have their AI running there, which runs the interview unbiasedly and give the input to the manager or the HR. Final authority, of course, is not AI here. It is the HR professionals or managers to decide performance appraisals or giving the feedback, monthly feedback, or maybe talent calibration data. So AI can support that based on the data and algorithm that, okay, this is the talent bracket or the in your organization, these are the people you can put here based on their past performance, their potential, what or the skill or career assessment. But final decisions should be with HR and of course the managers in this. So their augmentation is where the people decisions are required. And third is about humanizing, human factors like conflict management, employee relations. There may be giving the feedback or certain sort of coaching. AI will support there, but I personally feel that processes should be purely handled by the humans. Because if you put everything on AI, a recent example, I will say it's layoff, terminations. Perhaps there was a news somewhere I read that 200 employees were sent automated mail of termination. That AI actually laid off all the employees, including CEO of the organization. So that should not happen because such sensitive issues, people issues, human-related issues should be handled by human.
Awesome. Wonderful explanation there, sir. Now, when we look at HR practitioners, right, I think one of the core deliverables for them is to improve employee experience.
Right.
Right. So, please walk us through what criteria should CHROs use to evaluate whether a tech tool genuinely improves employee experience, or is it more like hogwash?
Yeah. So one, in employee experience, three things always I work on. One is simplification, standardization, and systematic. So the technology should help to do this all. How we can simplify our processes, and before implementing the technology, we need to work on those simplifying the processes, HR practices. Standardization is very important because if you are using the technology and want to give the right experience, now again this is a paradox. Somebody say that customization is important, employee personalized experience is very important, but I am using in a different way that standardization in the processes. And third is systematic, because there should not be any errors in the system. So how we can make this systematically? So one of the thing I always focus is on the usage, like Apple, what Steve Jobs implemented, 1 point, 1 click solution. There are many organizations who have multiple systems, and every time the people has to log in different systems. People don't expect that. So how the feasibility of usage, simple usage, easy access on mobile phone or on a desktop. There are many systems where few functionalities are not available on mobile. Nowadays, organizations are permitting their employees to bring their own devices. So somebody may use a laptop, somebody may use the iPad. So functionality should work on any. So I will say the feasibility of those tools, working on different tools, is important thing. Second is about the ease of using those tools. Easy login, only one time logging on the, if you open the tool, it's automatically should be login. Of course, there should be an authentication on the information security data and all these things. Third thing is that as an employee, what I expect that what is in it for me. I will use those tools only when I see the value into that. Now, Pulkit, there are many examples of learning management portals, learning portals. I have seen that sometimes people use that, but many times people avoid to use that. They say that, it's a waste of time. But same people will go to the Insta and they will scroll the reels, which likes, few seconds or few minutes reels. So we need to understand that what exactly the people expect, that what is relevant to them, and we should make those systems relevant. They should be able to give the feedback in the system, and as an organization or as a technology team, we should be able to incorporate those feedback in the system. So I think these are a few points I would like to focus on: is simplification, standardization, and systematic way of working, ease of using those tools, and then of course what is there in it for him. For example, if we say that why I should use this tool, if it is LMS, why I should use, are those training programs are relevant, and can I take some learning from those training programs. That's the employee will feel.
Awesome. More like a 3 years framework, if you will.
Yeah, 3 years. No, I actually implemented this in where I was establishing the HR share services team in my earlier organization. Awesome. I actually said that on 3 years you should focus, actually specifically for the operational HR, where the transitional HR activities are there. Rest is okay, because then, and that's the paradox I was referring, that customization, personalization, or standardization, and where it comes that, okay, conflict management, employee relations, training and development, their talent calibration, the career path, learning path, that's the customization is possible. And that where the artificial intelligence and automation will help much to the people in the organization and also the decision makers.
Awesome. Very profound. Now, let's look at the fact that, AI is sort of getting into almost A to Z of HR, not just HR, all functions, right? But it's also important that we should have some control on how much control we should give, right? There must be some guardrail. So please walk us through, as AI begins influencing hiring, learning, performance decisions, and much more, what governance guardrails should HR practitioners put in place?
For me, it is simple. AI should shortlist. AI is for shortlisting. AI is for recommendation. Human should decide. If AI is shortlisting the candidates or interviewing the candidates, finally, human should select that. Human should take a decision. Same thing is about learning, that what are the learning programs are recommended for the person. The manager should decide that are those programs. Of course, AI is there as an assistant to the manager and HR professionals. So, and accordingly, there is a governance where everything what is AI saying, of course, is a wonderful tool, but it's again, there are many challenges. For example, in European countries, GDPR, data protection. In India also, the government is planning to come with the privacy, information security, similar data privacy rules. So how ethical and where we are using the data, and the classification of data is very important. Like what should go to the algorithm, at what extent it should go, and at what extent manager should use that. Like your simple thing, like in India, we always ask the question during the interviews that personal things, tell me something about your family members. In the Western world, this question is normally qualifies the managers to discrimination suit. So of course, AI will be there to support the manager to let it go the biases. But again, what we are feeding to the models, the AI is very important. that sometimes AI also may goof up. And if you do some experimentation with ChatGPT asking some questions and you challenge that, then this AI will tend to agree with you positively sometimes. If you try in different permutation and combinations and trick the algorithm. So that's the possible. So governance mechanism is very important, that okay, AI is there for recommendation, but finally person should decide what should be done. And second thing is about there should be concrete and training to all the employees on the usage of the AI. Manager should be very clear at what extent we should use the AI and what is the benefit to the organization. Third thing is about ethical usage of the AI. Fourth is about how and at what extent we are using the data in terms of it comes to the personal data, like your medical data, sometimes your personal information, uh, your personal background, your history. That may be very tricky situation if we are thinking about in a global perspective. Perhaps maybe in India, there's again, that those rules are flexible. But if you are operating in a global context, we need to take care of those things. So my take is it's a powerful tool, but then ultimately the governance should be with human being, and they should not carry it away what AI telling them. Otherwise, then what is the use of human being? And that's why again that discussion or that debate will come, that what exactly humans should do in the AI workplaces.
Got it. Now, let's now talk about the fact that while all HR tech, the entire HR tech stack is there to help improve and transform the efficiency of HR practitioners. But what are your thoughts on how it can not just help improve their efficiency, but also help them improve their capability building and grow the talent in a more strategic way?
Yeah. So I think technology and artificial intelligence is really a great tool in terms of helping the organization, helping the management and HR professionals to calibrate a talent in a better way. I will give the simple example that we are using a tool where ultimately the assessment part, which is done by the manager, L1 manager and L2 manager, about the skills. Like I'm running one exercise where what are those future skills we need to work on, and what are those roles will be redundant within next 3 to 5 years, and what should we do. And in view of this, we are running an assessment. Of course, this assessment is not done by the AI, but the human is their L1 manager and L2 manager based on some inputs given to them. And the employee can see that what is their fitment in current role, what is their fitment in the future role, what is the aspiration they have to actually add in the system, and then what are the development areas the person should go there. So there is a career path visible to the individual employee. And what we are saying, that you are the responsible for your career. It is not the organization. You are the driver. You have to take the charge of your own career. And this is the learning path based on the assessment in the organization, of course, validated by different calibration processes and psychometric tests. So what you are going to do? So develop your own development plan with the support of HR business partner and put in the system. And then tracking is possible there. The same data goes to the calibration 9 box or whatever boxes. Same data goes in a talent calibration process. Same data goes to the performance versus potential calibration process. And then during the year, the same process data goes while giving the feedback to the employees. So that much transparency it can bring in the system. Earlier, it is again up to the manager and HR, and there is no such documentation was there. But now it is possible because of the AI and technology.
So there has been this wide usage of the term consumer grade usability,
Yeah.
right? There are multiple nuances to it, but Please walk us through what it means to HR tech and why does it matter more than ever now?
Yeah. So there should be a business case. If we are using the tech, HR tech, it should be like a simple like WhatsApp. How
Yeah.
comfortably people are using social media, Insta and WhatsApp. That should be like, if it gives the feeling of government portal, you go on the government portal and you want to book your ticket in railways, or people will not definitely use this.
Yeah.
So it should be very easy in terms of usage point of view. So if employee struggle while using that, they won't accept that and they won't use that. In certain areas you can make this mandatory, like attendance or payroll or leave management, but again they will not full-heartedly support that initiative. So that is one thing. By doing this, there should be transparency, data transparency in a particular manner. The decision making should improve. People agenda should improve. Your training cost, which is very high, should go down, and the employee experience, and by this employee productivity and efficiency should go up. That's where I see that what's the user friendly, what do we say, or consumer friendly technology, or what the term we are using in chatting.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now let's talk about the fact that technology is evolving like at lightning speed, sir. Right? We don't know,
Yeah.
how AI will reshape the HR world. Maybe in 3 months from now, right? Earlier we used to
Yeah.
the hype cycle used to be in years, right? Now it is like months. So please walk us through how should CHROs deal with this uncertainty and volatility? How should they future-proof decisions now that technology? Let's say something takes 2 months to implement, or a 6 months implementation cycle. By then, technology will change, right? So
Yeah.
how should they take care of this?
Pulkit, I work on many global systems, and I will not
Yeah.
name those, but there's
Sure.
MNCs, those are very popular. It takes almost 1 year, 2 year to implement those systems. Very rigid, uh, very difficult to integrate with your current systems. So instead, and that's I earlier said that instead of going to the features, it is very important to go to the outcome. And as a future point of view, we need to that if I am implementing something today, is it going to solve my tomorrow's problem? Today's problem, of course, but tomorrow's problem. That vision should be in the mind. So one thing is API or integration is possible in my current systems or going forward again? There are very hidden, there are hidden charges, and my in sales people are very smart by selling the features, and then you don't know many things. So your contract should be clear that okay, what is the implementation phase? Instead of going in a full tool, should we run the pilot maybe in a particular business or maybe in a particular areas? There are many systems with a lot of tools, but many organizations normally don't use those tools. So should we go only one tool and implement and decide whether we should go for a next tool, so that if this tool is not working, it is very easy to replace that system. So that is another way to look towards these things. One is about integration, of course, because there are many systems which are very difficult to integrate. Though they are cloud based, but their data flows from one system to another. There are financial ERP, there is a sales ERPs, there are HR ERP, many things, and those systems in the future are going to talk to each other. And if they are going to talk to each other, what is the cost involved into that? That should be clear in the first stage itself. That's the way to look, I think, towards the future thing. But really, frankly speaking, I also don't know what is the future in terms of artificial intelligence, because every day it is evolving. The agentic AI is taking role where all the decisions will be taken. They say simple things like, if you want to buy something for the HR or in a sourcing department, that agentic AI will help you. In personal life, those things will help you. But I'm not sure whether at what extent those will be useful, or at what extent that can be used. But if relevant to the business, like simple thing, we have content creators or maybe multimedia producers, their role definitely are at stakes, because with this online AI tools, at least I see that 50% role will be redundant in any media organization. So what we are going to do that? How we are going to training? So we need to learn with the tools. This is the life, of course, but then it's there. The possibility of new roles also will come. Like in HR, my transitional HR person who was handling the transitional HR, if her 75% job is taken care by AI and chatbot, speaking with the employees, what she will do? So she need to train herself. Reskilling is very important, but also she need to unlearn what she learned in past. And that's how the future will work, that continuous identifying the role, working on the future technologies, what are the future roles available in the market, what are the future roles may come in the organization, and how we are ready for the future is the only key which will make the organizations and the people in HR successful. My 2 cents on this.
Awesome. Very profound. And thank you for all the lovely insights that you had to share on this
Thank you.
core theme and
Yeah,
core topic.
yeah,
Now we
yeah.
are segueing into our rapid fire section, sir.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so I'll go with my first question. One HR tech tool that's overhyped right now.
Dashboards.
Okay.
Why I'm saying is these are the standalone dashboards, and garbage in, garbage out. There are beautiful dashboard about from hiring to firing, but then what is the use of that? What is the relevant to the business? So it's I think should go towards the predictive way.
Okay. One HR tech category that's underrated.
One HR tech category in a global and bigger organization is about your internal job posting and internal mobility, where people can see the job, where what are the job available in the organization, and can they apply to those roles. So it's also necessary for the better talent management practices. I think very few organizations, the functionality in many ERP tools or many HR tools, it is there, but then it is always underrated. Nobody uses that. Very few organization uses that. Yeah.
Okay. First question you would ask before approving an HR tech purchase.
Is it necessary for us? Or we just, following the competition? Is it really my requirement? I will give the example that, okay, there are many tools, almost 5-6 years people are in the market that, okay, in algorithm, in recruitment, and they say that we automate the recruitment. But I'm not sure whether how that is adding value. At least for me, I say that it is the buzz in the market, and yes, in certain areas it is very necessary where there is a large number of mass skilling, but still the human intervention is not avoided there. It is needed and that's why you see on the LinkedIn or portal there are many resumes coming, but again it is not as per the expectations. People are very wise to trick the AI also nowadays. They design their resumes like that. So I think, yes, is it necessary for me? Is it relevant to the business, or just I'm running towards the market trends?
Okay.
That's the question I will ask. Yeah.
Sure. Integrate more or simplify more?
I think first simplify and then integrate.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a very smart answer. One workplace technology that will disappear in the next 5 years.
I will not say disappear, but I will say that it will be, enhance is your standalone learning management portals.
Okay.
Unless it is in the business, it's okay. I think they have their own businesses, but it should be integrated with what is, there are many tools in the organization, and that's way, I think.
Okay. A tech trend people are misunderstanding.
AI will replace our jobs.
Okay. Yeah,
I
very
think,
true.
yeah.
Sorry, you were saying something. Didn't mean to cut
AI
you.
will replace the job. Definitely, there will be some, Yeah, and I'm again saying that, and we discussed in our earlier question that, okay, is there integrate or augment or human? I think the answer lies there also. That AI is there to help you to improve your productivity, and if the only one challenge human race will face, that they have to reinvent themselves every day, every week, every month, and perhaps every year.
Yeah, yeah, that's the new challenge.
Right,
Uh,
right.
Let me now get to the last question of this super insightful conversation, sir.
Yeah,
What's your bold prediction for the HR tech ecosystem 5 years from now?
I think today still we are working in the environment where we are focusing more on the I think the task, jobs, what we are doing day to day. We are not focusing much more on the outcome. Specifically in sales, it is possible. In any organization, there are number driven functions, it is possible. But in many organizations, people are very busy. They are, they are discussing about work life balance. But at the end of the day, if you ask them what is the impact, what is the outcomes, still they will struggle to give the answer. And that's why, I think uh, my my take on this is that uh, how we are going to convert the organization in the role based and skill based organization, rather than just what was in the past in terms of designation, title, activities, actions. Rather than that, what is the outcome, what is the impact we are expecting? And I think every organizational management will focus on that, and tech will definitely support there. And that's I think within the next 3 years, that will replace with the skill and role based organizations.
Okay, awesome. Uh, it's been a absolute masterclass for me. I must say.
Thank you.
I don't think we have ever conducted something where we got into HR tech the way we did it with you.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much for taking out time from your schedule and walking our audience through the A to Z of what they need to consider to be able to really excel when it comes to HR tech.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much, sir.
It is my great pleasure, Pulkit, for inviting me and giving me the opportunity to interact with the audience of HR1. And I think definitely this subject was also challenging for me because we put in a structured manner. I work on a tech AI. I'm doing many initiatives, implementing here also. But I think this also gave me a different insight while responding to your questions. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you. Pleasure is all ours. Before we wrap up, sir, in case any HR practitioner wants to reach out to you for any kind of advice, what's the best way out? If you could please help.
They can reach me through mail. My LinkedIn profile is already there. They can search me on the LinkedIn, or they can directly contact me on my email or my mobile number.
Awesome. Thank you so very much again to all our listeners. Thank you for tuning into this episode of the CHRO Mindset podcast. We hope you found today's masterclass on HR tech super inspiring. Please don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave us a review if you enjoyed the episode. Until the next episode, take good care of yourself. And thanks again for listening and tuning into the CHRO Mindset podcast.